Downwind. Cessna over the threshold, coming up on the white dot, at or beyond the white dot, left turn first available. I got a high wind coming up on about a half-mile final, clear to land at or beyond. Traffic on the left face, you're following a Cessna down, low off your left. Square it up just a little bit, and then we're going to get you in. Start your descent, though. Start your descent on the base. Traffic on final, give me follow on base. Base traffic, start turning toward the numbers now. High wind coming up on quarter-mile final, take it all the way down to the green. Cessna taxiing on the green, expedite down to the next hard surface. Get me some speed, there you go, go fast. This is going to be good. I got traffic on a mile final. You're following traffic ahead and to your right. High wind coming up on the threshold. Take it all the way down to the green dot.
5 Charlie Sierra, 2 mile final.
A mile final, turn north, and we're going to just make you, we're going to bring you back around. Jet traffic's coming up on about a mile and a half final. Runway 9 clear to land.
Okay, all right, let's listen up, guys. If you're on final for runway 9, I want you to offset to the left. I got a jet that's landing on runway 9. The jet's cleared to land runway 9 if you can make it. If not, just continue straight ahead. It looks like you're going around for the jet. That's fine.
Oh, we had one right in front of us, sir.
Dragger. Let's see. What we got? A tricycle. Tricycle, put it down. Tricycle, put it down. Tricycle, put it down. Tail dragger, down to the green dot, then a left turn. Short final here. You clear to land on 9 all the way to the white dot. Go down to the white dot. Find somebody to follow out here. Canard, just come to the runway, and I might have to just send you around. That'll be fine. And for the jet, you just want to stay in this pattern, or you want to go back out for an instrument approach?
Stay in a pattern, Charlie Sierra.
All right, just stay with me here for a minute. And my tail dragger, let's see, over the numbers, go down to the green. And Canard's going to have to go around. Canard, go around. Canard, go around. Canard, go around. And my high wing here over the runway, keep it airborne. Keep it airborne. You do not descend. Do not descend. You got a fast guy behind you. Do not descend. There you go. Keep it airborne. Keep it airborne. As soon as the guy behind you gets slowed down, I'm going to put you down. So keep it airborne. The one that just passed the white dot, make a left turn on the hard surface. All right, my high wing tail dragger, you can put it down now. You can put it down now. And Charlie Sierra, let me get you about a mile off. Let's see, Charlie Sierra, I lost. There you are. Make a left-hand turn. I'll try to resequence you here on the downwinds. We'll see how it looks. Short final, you're clear to land runway 9 on the white dot. Clear to land on the white dot. There you go. And the tricycle left on the hard surface and follow the flagman. Welcome. Thanks for being part of the show. And let's see, just find somebody to follow on the final, and as you get close to the runway, if it's not going to work, we're going to send you around and then try to resequence you. Now, who else got sent around that's not back on the downwind? The Canard?
Yeah, Canard.
All right, Canard, there's a Gulfstream up there that went around too. I just lost sight of him, but you're going to make kind of a left-hand turn and stay low. I think Charlie Sierra, what's your altitude?
3,200.
Okay, that'll be fine. Just maintain VFR. I don't know what else is up there above you. Probably most everybody's down here, so just make a left-hand turn. We'll try to get you back here.
Canard's got the jet in tight.
Okay, the RV, maybe an RV-10, whatever, you're on final. Keep your speed up and go all the way down to the, aim for the green dot for me. Actually, keep your speed up. There's a guy behind you. Aim for the green dot, and I'm sure that's plenty of room for you to land on runway 9. You're clear to land on runway 9. Number 2, you're going to go down to the white dot. Follow the white dot. Actually, you know what? That's 1,500 feet. You're going to land at the white dot. The spacing looks adequate here. 2 guys on final. You're kind of tight there. Keep each other in sight, and you're going to aim for the white dot. If it's not going to work, we'll come up with a plan B. We might have to send you around. The second guy behind you out there in about a 2-mile final. Are you slow enough to be able to follow that guy in front of you? You need to go around. Well, I probably shouldn't ask that because I had about 5 guys answer me, so I should know better than that after 35 years, you would think, right? All right, so let me see. The guy who's number 1, it's number 1. What kind of airplane is he? An RV type. All right, RV type. Keep it airborne for me. Keep it airborne. And I got a fast guy behind you. The number 2 guy over the trees there. Go ahead and put it down on the numbers. Put it down on the numbers. My first guy just coming up on the numbers at the over the grass at the numbers. I want you to keep it.
T-minus 1 minute and counting.
Hello.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Hello.
Hello.
How you all doing? And welcome to Thursday night's live stream. A, it's 7 o'clock, which is clearly a different time to normal for all sorts of reasons. And B, we're clearly not in sort of our own little COVID-inspired cabins. We are at Church Farm Lodge, or Church Lodge Farm?
Church Farm Lodge.
Church Farm Lodge. We were going to stream this from Sywell, but frankly, it was a bit cold. We weren't sure how long the electricity was going to stay on tonight, and more importantly, the internet was like a couple of bits of wet string. And when we did the test earlier, it was kind of a bit weirdly pixelated, but more on what we're doing there later. Before we carry on, I would just like Dave's still at home. He's going to join us tomorrow, I believe. So we've relegated him to like a little boys' room over there, whereas otherwise, oh yeah, look, even got a little boys' room. Sound for his new office. Nice new plumbing in the back there, Dave. Anyway, so yeah, before we move on, I have to say a very, very big thank you to Sky Demon, who instantly visited the stand as we were setting up today. So without Sky Demon, this wouldn't be possible. So thank you very much for sponsoring the live stream, sponsoring us, in fact. So, and here you go with tonight's Sky Demon tip. And I've got my cursor. Oh, this is all changed. There you go. It's coming. Honestly, here you go. It's worth waiting for.
Hi, I'm Hannah from Sky Demon, and welcome to today's top tip. If you want to see what other pilots have said about a particular airfield, go to Information and Pilot Notes. You can see what other people have said. They've left reviews and comments. And don't forget to leave your own note. For more information about using Sky Demon, take a look at our user guide, which you can access from our website.
So there you go. Thank you very much. Have you noticed we've swapped positions on the screen? When we were setting up earlier, I was on the left and now...
It's in height order now.
Spooky. So Dave is definitely the smallest.
That's it.
Yep. So thank you very much for that, Sky Demon. We look forward to chatting to you tomorrow. And if you're coming to the LAA Rally, please make sure you go and say hello to them. And if you are one of those rare people who've never used Sky Demon, head on over, download the app from either Google's Play Store or the App Store, Apple's App Store, and give it a go for 30 days free trial. Although, frankly, I can't believe there'll be that many people who haven't tried it yet.
Yep.
Anyway, so what else have we got? I guess we're all interested, at least we're interested for sure, in what the weather's going to be like this weekend.
Yep.
How wet we're going to get, or how suntan we're going to get, or how wind chill we're going to get. So let's head on over to Simon, who sent us a video. He can't be with us tonight, unfortunately, but let's see what the weather has in store wherever you're flying, whether it's Sywell or somewhere else.
Well, good evening, everybody. Hope you're having a great evening. Now, the guys down in Northamptonshire have been struggling with cloud all day, exactly the same as much of the rest of the country has. Let me just show you the satellite picture from today. This has been the story for the last couple of days, really. Can you see the feed of cloud just coming in from the North Sea on a northeasterly wind? It just pushes in all the time when we get areas of high pressure, such as we've had over us during the last couple of days. Notice the cloud over Scotland, how that thins as we go through the course of today, and also the cloud across northwest Scotland and southern parts of Scotland too. That's probably giving the game away as to how the weekend weather develops, because things do look as if they are going to be changing. Thank goodness. So this is the forecast for Saturday then. High pressure is centred off towards the east of the country, and that is going to be allowing east to southeasterly winds to still blow in through the course of Saturday. So we've still got a problem with cloud, but I think it's going to have a tendency to be breaking more quickly, and for most areas to see some sunny spells coming through. If we're flying, then I think it could get quite bumpy in the afternoon, particularly across central and southern parts of England and Wales. Just as temperatures rise, we're going to be looking at quite a warm day on Saturday. But notice there the cloud ceilings. That's the chart up here in the top right-hand corner. Where it's white, that basically means we've got bases above 4,000 feet. You notice there just some green colours getting into central Ireland, signifying 2,000 to 4,000 foot bases. But just take a look down towards the southwest, something we're going to need to watch close to the coast of southwest England through this weekend. The orange and the red colours there signifying probably some sea fog and bases at the surface up to about 1,000 feet. One or two bits of low cloud as well, just getting into eastern Scotland, perhaps across the coast of northeast England. But generally, it's looking a pretty good day. For Sunday, high pressure still off towards the east. We've got more of a south-southwest to southeasterly flow across the country then through the course of Sunday. But notice these fronts here moving northwards through Ireland. They're going to be bringing some cloud. They'll be bringing some thundery outbreaks of rain as well. But just notice how across most of the UK, look, we're generally seeing bases of around 4,000 feet and above. We've got white colours there signifying those bases. But look at the colours here across Ireland, and their bases 1,000 to 2,000 feet because of that rain. And that also affecting western parts of Scotland as well. But generally, it's looking like being a good weekend for flying. As I say, just probably becoming a little bit bumpy because of those warmer temperatures arriving. That's something that we talk about at Aviation Weather School. So if you'd like to improve your weather knowledge and your confidence in being able to predict the weather yourself, then get on to Aviation Weather School Part 1 on the consecutive Saturday mornings of the 18th and 25th of September. I present the course entirely live online, and I've got one place left. So if you want to come along, then go to weatherschool.co.uk and book your place now. You'll have a fab time. You'll learn so much about the weather, and you'll be able to save money, you'll be able to save time in your flying, and you'll be able to improve your safety as well. It'd be great to see you there. Okay, I'll leave you with that for now. Have a fantastic flying weekend, won't you? And now it's back to the guys at Sywell.
Thank you. There's always a bit of a pause at the end. There's kind of always like a couple of seconds too much, isn't it? You go, we should try that. I bet he does it on purpose. And now it's back to the guys at Sywell.
That's it.
And then it doesn't move. Thank you very much, Simon. Looks like it's going to be a great bit of weather this weekend, actually.
Yeah, it's certainly improved from what it was looking like a couple of days ago.
I thought we were going to get pretty wet.
That's it, yeah. So Adrian Norris noticed in the comments, he said, it looks like the sketch with John Cleese, Ronnie Barker and Ronnie Corbett. And it just so happens... There we go. looks like that. There we go.
There's a lot of...
So sorry, am I Ronnie Corbett in this?
You are Ronnie Corbett in, yes.
Who's Dave?
Yeah.
Dave's just... Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. Thank you very much, Adrian. I did wonder what was going on. So what have we got tonight? We've got a whole bunch of news. What else we got? We got Fantasy Hangar. We've got Rat Watch. We've got all sorts of other bits and pieces. Quick chat about Sywell and about what we're doing at the LAA Rally. A couple of QSY things. We don't have an interviewee tonight. Different kind of show tonight. We weren't quite sure where we were going to be or how it was all going to work. In fact, that's probably due up to about an hour and a half ago, I think.
Yep.
But anyway, so let's head straight into the news. And I believe the first news story is Ed, and I have got a cursor here somewhere. It's heading this way.
Excellent. Well, we have, I know we have a new issue. So if you're a Fly Club email subscriber or just the general email release, you would have had an email yesterday to say that the latest issue of the magazine, which Ian is scrolling around to find.
Yeah, where is it?
There it is. It's there. So the new issue is out, and in this issue, there's we've got the story on the saving of the RAF Vigilant fleet, the Grob 109s. It's Airability's really fantastic project where they've taken the ex-RAF aircraft that looked like they were destined for the scrap heap. And they are all being refurbished with their partners Grob and Rotax and a bunch of others with some great funding from the DFT as well. And these aeroplanes are basically going back to like new status, and Airability are selling them. And Ian was lucky enough to get to fly that with Guy Westgate. And we visited Airability's HQ, so read up on that in the new mag. There's also a feature about home building. Obviously, we're just coming up to the rally, so I'd take a look at what the most popular kits are with the LAA right now. And if you've ever wondered about building your own aeroplane, then there's some advice in there to get you started. We've got a fantastic flying adventure. A husband and wife team built an RV9 and then flew. They're based in the US, but they flew from the US down into Brazil to visit Rio. That's a really inspiring bit of travel, so check that out. If you're a Fly Club member, there's £59 worth of free landings.
59 quid?
I know, including a new one from Kitty Hawk Farm, is it, Johnny?
Yes, and East Kirkby.
And East Kirkby, yeah.
East Kirkby, that has got to be one of the best places to visit in the UK. If you've never been to East Kirkby, then get yourself over to East Kirkby. Plan a whole day, just go down there, wander around the museum. It's just an amazing place. It's closed on Sundays, by the way. Don't forget, don't go on a Sunday. That's a bad thing. But the rest of the time, it's just a really, really nice place. Really good and nice. At least I think their cafe's open again now. They got a nice little cafe. It's a great day. Really, really good day. Make sure you leave enough time to wander around.
But yeah, that's a new issue. It's out, and if we were smart enough, we'd find a link and put it in the comments. We might manage to do that. So new issue is out. So check it out.
Yeah. Well, your challenge out there, if you're watching this, is
to
find the link and stick it.
Just stick it. Yeah, go to fly.co.uk and it's on the homepage.
Yeah,
there you go.
Find it there.
There you go. Okay, what's the next story? Oh, it's me. It's just about the LAA Rally. So the LAA Rally kicks off tomorrow. We were there setting up today. It looks like it's shaping up very differently to before. There's kind of individual chalets and tents rather than a kind of big communal thing because of the whole COVID thing. So that looks like it's going to be an interesting show. And now we've got the weather. It should be great, actually. Quite a few aircraft that arrived already today, including some interesting bits and pieces. We have, I think Ivan Shaw will be leading off the speakers amongst a bunch of others. But we also have the CA there. And we believe on Saturday, Grant Shapps will be coming along. So we're going to be doing our best to take our camera, take our microphones, stick it politely, should we say, in the CEA's faces and Grant's face, and ask a few questions. So hopefully we'll get accorded a few minutes, although I think, well, we'll see what happens, won't we? We're looking forward to that. So yeah. Plus, in terms of what we're doing, just to remind you, so the internet at Sywell is a little bit like the old days. Remember when you had the Hayes 14400 modem and it used to make all that noise before you got a signal? Well, Sywell internet at the moment is a little bit like that. It's not the fastest internet in the world, as opposed to Church Farm Lodge, which has just got fantastic internet. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to live stream from Sywell for half an hour, but rather than that upload to YouTube at 1 pixel per hour, we're going to basically live stream to anyone who's around and interested at the time, and then we'll upload that straight away so that you can watch it in decent resolution, if not in completely live time. And if you want to watch it in live time, then get yourself over to Sywell. Come and join us. Come and say hello.
Yep. Be part of that unique audience with us.
Absolutely. Yep. And bring your ideas to the fantasy hangar. Yes. That we'll be having on each day.
Yes. We might try and give you a clue ahead of time so you can prepare.
Yeah. As soon as we know, we will. Yeah. No. Watch for your emails and Twitter and Facebook and the forum and everything tomorrow. What else have we got? Yeah. So Ivan Shaw's heading up the speakers. There's a few other. In fact, there's quite a lot of other speakers going on. So full seminar program, I think, on at least 2 of the 3 days. As far I'm not sure it's on 3 days, but anyway, so come along and join us, say hello and all the rest of it. It's going to be a top thing. And of course, don't forget to check back and on our YouTube channel and see our daily stream, which is powered by Bose & Garmin. Thank you very much to Bose & Garmin for that.
Yeah.
Right. So Dave, I think it's your turn to tell us about Piper.
Yes, this is the story about Piper's new training aircraft, the Pilot 100i. It's received type certification from EASA, which means it should go straight into get CAA approval as well. It's another new Piper Cherokee, so it's not an all-new aircraft by any means, but it is Piper's entry-level model now, with a base price of $298,900, so basically $300,000, fully equipped for IFR flight training, which is quite a good thing. Piper have been doing pretty well with fleet sales, particularly in the States. So this is why they worked on this aircraft to make it a dedicated flight training aircraft. It's up against some stiff competition with Cirrus doing the same with the SR20 track and various other manufacturers producing dedicated flight trainers. The Pilot 100, as well as having the Pilot 100 includes Garmin's G3X avionics with a GFC 500 autopilot. And it's probably the integration of that took the time to get it type certified, because although it's fairly straightforward and they know how to do it, you still got to prove it works. It's powered by a fairly straightforward fuel-injected 180 horsepower Lycoming. Max cruise speed is typical for a 180 horsepower Piper, which is about 128 knots true airspeed. Range is 522 nautical miles. including 45-minute reserve. Now, this means that Piper now has a range of 5 training aircraft. The 100i, Archer TX, the Archer DX, the diesel version, the Arrow, which is a retractable single, and the Seminole Twin. So, that's it.
So I reckon, hands up who's ever seen 128 knots at any reasonable altitude from a PA-28 without it going downhill at the same time.
Yeah.
No, not me.
It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Yeah, don't buy it if you want to cruise at 128 knots, because if you do cruise, it's going to... Piper are probably going to hate you for that, aren't they? It's a PA-28 is a great training aircraft. Nothing wrong with PA-28 whatsoever, but 128 knots, I don't think so.
I don't think you buy it for speed, do you?
No. Built for comfort and not speed. Talking of which, it's only a 3-seater, I think, isn't it? The Pilot 100i.
Yeah. Well, when you're learning to fly, you don't want too many sweaty people in it, do you? I guess.
No,
So,
I guess not. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Next story. Before who else can we upset? Johnny, tell us.
Right,
Let's not
upset this guy.
Dan Paramotor Man.
Yeah, so this is a chap called Dan Jones. He's a paramotor pilot. He flew the length of Great Britain to raise money for Alzheimer's research. And he's just shared a load of great photos. He happens to, apparently, just looking at my autocue here, be a photographer. So he's taken some really nice pictures.
Autocue?
Yeah. We've taken a step up in the world.
Yeah.
He's shared some great photos. The flight itself is a tribute to his grandparents who both died of dementia, and his target was to raise £2,021, and he's raised well over 4 times that much now.
Fantastic.
So if you go to the website, look under the news section, you can see a link to look at some of his photos. And to be honest, paramotoring does look like a good, enjoyable way of getting around and seeing the countryside.
It does. I'd quite like to have a go. I want to have a go with an electric engine, because I just don't want to do it with the 2-stroke strapped on my back, as it were. But that's just me. That's upset all the 2-stroke fans out there while we're at it. Okay. Dave, you want to tell us about some hydrogen?
Yes, this is a company called Octopus Energy, which is a well-known supplier of renewable energy in the UK. It's agreed to supply hydrogen to Zero Avia. Did you see my dreadful pun in the intro to this story? Octopus has grown a new tentacle to supply hydrogen to Zero Avia. I thought that's quite good. I worked on that for at least 10 seconds.
Have you no shame? You've got.
As long as you didn't use the word sucker or anything like
That's
that.
it, yeah.
I did run through all the possible permutations, but I settled on tentacle. Anyway, they're going to provide 100% green hydrogen to Zero Avia's R&D centre at Cotswold Airport, otherwise known as Kemble, during the testing, certification and the first commercial operations of Zero Avia's zero-emission hydrogen electric aircraft. If you remember that Zero Avia are working on a power unit for a Dornier. This is their existing aircraft, a High Flyer 1. The next one will be the High Flyer 2, which is a Dornier DO228, a 19-seat regional airliner, which seems to be a good, the right size for this kind of project. And Zero Avia is working pretty fast on it. They're aiming to bring the powertrain to market by 2024, just 2.5 years away. And they say that Octopus Hydrogen will provide more than 250 kilograms of green fuel cell grade high pressure hydrogen per day to Zero Avia. Now, the way they make green hydrogen is quite interesting. It's one of the reasons they've got a production unit up in Orkney is because they take wind energy and other forms of renewable energy and turn that into and make the hydrogen from using that electricity. And so theoretically, it's not using up anything else. So that's how they can call it green hydrogen.
Well, there you go. I like the way you go. They take that and they do some chemical stuff and turn it into something else.
Magic.
Yep. Okay, that's Zara. Let's talk about Zara, Johnny.
From Zero to Zara. So she is in the air at the moment. I've just checked. She's currently on her way from the British Virgin Islands to, Barranquilla I might have said that wrong, in Colombia.
Wow.
So that's a shot from about half an hour ago on her website tracker. And she's not far from a place called Tumaco, which is in Colombia, which will be her first antipodal point, which will be the opposite side of the world to Jambi in Indonesia, which she'll pass at some point in the next few weeks. So that marks, that's a crucial for her. A crucial part of the journey is hitting the 2 antipodal points. And since we last spoke about her, she's been flying down the east coast of the US, through the Bahamas and then the Caribbean. So she's motoring on.
There's a great website somewhere that allows you to plot antipodal points. I can't remember what it's called, probably antipodal.com or something. And you go there and you try and find it. And it's just shocking how much water there is on Earth. It's just, I know I did geography at school. It's GCSE, I think, or CSE in my day.
She must have done a pretty good job of avoiding Storm Ida that's been hitting the States.
I think up till, was it yesterday? I think she diverted. I think I saw something from her on Facebook that said, 3 days through weather diversions and stuff like that. So she's clearly working hard, making smart decisions. So that's a very good thing. From Zara, it's time for Ed.
To Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Yeah. So if you've been waiting patiently, and you really would have been waiting patiently for Top Gun Maverick, the long-awaited sequel to the very first Top Gun film from the 1980s, a long time ago, it's been delayed. Basically, they're saying May the 27th, 2022. You'll have to wait. I'm sure Tom Cruise will probably get a bit younger by then. So.
I wonder how that works. And basically, the whole thing must be like done, ready, edited, everything else just locked up in a safe or in a hard disk or however they keep
because otherwise
you'd
be so keen to just keep making tweaks and changing things and let's film this again.
They're doing a good job that it hasn't sort of snuck out and been. You want to buy a copy of Maverick?
Yeah, I suspect one person has it, and it's like if it goes anywhere, we know you let it go.
Yeah, exactly. Your name's on it.
Maybe they've given it to Tom. Maybe it's on a dongle on Tom's keychain or something.
Maybe they sent it to Nicole, whatever her name was, by mistake. Jimmy's right. I'll keep on with this. Right. Anyway, time for some more serious stuff. Rat Watch. I think we got a stinger for that. Hang on a second. Took me minutes to get this one together, so got to play it.
There it is.
Dave, what have you got in Rat Watch?
Well, it's quite busy again for rats, despite entering September. There's obviously the big one, is the important one, is over Sywell for the LAA Rally. So don't just pitch up to Sywell. There is a procedure and there's a rat. Another big one is over Bournemouth at the moment, because Bournemouth Air Festival is on. This is a big festival. It's been on most of the week, and it's on till the 5th of September, and it has the Red Arrows taking part. So it's definitely one not to bust. Another air show on at the weekend is at Cosby in Leicestershire, which can't be a million miles from Sywell, actually, so you have to look out for that one. It's called the Victory Air Show over a place called Cosby, and that's on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Also in Leicester, actually, not far away, over at Leicester Airfield, there's an aerobatic competition going on the Saturday and Sunday, so it's another one to stay clear of. The last rat we have is a place called Topcliffe in Yorkshire, where they're going to be flying an unlit tethered balloon from the 5th of September to the 17th. And this is a deep one. This is from surface to 6,000 feet. So definitely don't go near that. You definitely.
What are they doing that for?
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's just fun. Maybe it's like, I'll just fly a balloon.
Yeah, I'll just fly a balloon.
Nice views of Yorkshire.
There's that massive balloon, isn't there? Just down off the Florida Keys. It goes up 20,000 feet or something.
Yep.
Silly. Yeah. That's a weather balloon that's not at all looking at Cuba.
Yes.
Just looking at the weather over Cuba.
So at Topcliffe, they're probably looking at Sywell, see what's going on there.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's all there is for Rat Watch. At this time in the show, we would normally, Ed, you'd normally introduce the
There's normally an interview, and I was wondering. I've got one eye on the comments down here. I know we could always roll out. We could have like a 5-minute chat and go. If you've got questions for Johnny, Ian, or I, or even Dave,
fire them away.
Fire them away.
Any questions? No questions off limit, but the answers might not be forthcoming.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, and obviously you'll be, if you're part of the live stream, we might also, now that we've created this new feature, we might also deploy it tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday. But we can try today, and I'm just glancing down to see if anyone has taken advantage. And the answer is no.
No.
They will.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Well,
I've got one question for you. This is,
yeah, go for it.
Yeah, somebody just walked past in the background. I was like,
That'll be employees of the fantastic hotel where we're staying.
it is a great hotel. It is very.
They were very kind to lend us their dining room at short notice.
Yeah. No, so we kind of like came. This room needs to be used for breakfast before early tomorrow morning from 7 a.m.
A very good first question from Richard Kennedy. Are your legs sore yet?
No, from standing up or from working at the LAA Rally? No, not from standing up. I quite like that whole standing up thing, actually.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different, yeah.
Martin Newsby says, have you read Pilot's Progress? This is a new book by Martin. If you haven't read it, you can find it on the internet. Martin, I haven't had a chance yet. It's been quite busy.
I haven't had a chance yet either.
But I'm hoping to get it in the next issue. So we'll see.
Yeah, there you go. I think that's Martin's second book. I believe.
What other activities do you plan for the live stream, such as this, with the LAA? Well,
not sure I understand that question.
No, maybe it's what other activities are we going to? Well, obviously we'll have the stand, so drop along, come and say hello. There's 3 live streams, one each day, probably around about 3 o'clock. Maybe Sunday we might go a little bit earlier, but that's your chance to come along and be part of the live stream audience. We'll obviously be doing Fancy Hanger, different one each day, so bring your choices to that. We'll be also going around the site and hopefully making a few videos of things that should interest all you guys, and we'll be sharing that on social media.
Yeah.
Johnny and Ian, any other ideas?
I think we'll keep our eyes and ears open for any opportunity to speak to people.
I was when we went to see Mike Miller-Smith down at Airability, he said we're an opportunity-led charity, which I thought was a great way of putting it. So I think there's a whole bunch. I've had a quick word with Harry Lees of avionics guru fame. Harry knows what Harry doesn't know about avionics is not really worth knowing. So he's here with his RV12, which is fully kitted out. So I'm going to try and take the opportunity to sit in the RV12 with Harry and record an interview about his choices, what he's got, what he thinks about avionics, where it's going, etc., etc. Harry did the avionics upgrade on my airplane, did an absolutely fantastic job. So looking forward to that. Plus, obviously, we're going to go and see who we can find from the CA, see if we can persuade anyone to come and talk to us.
Yep.
We're going to do our best to talk to Grant Shapps and see what he has to say.
Well, he's hoping to come in. We've been told he's going to come and find us. So we've definitely got an exclusive interview with him on the Saturday, haven't we?
Yes, absolutely. So that would be very good. So we've got some questions lined up for Grant.
Excellent.
And hopefully that will be part of the live stream. So you'll be able to come and see that and see what Grant has to say. Sorry, see what the minister has to say, or whatever you're supposed to call.
More questions.
Secretary of State, as it were.
More questions. Worryingly, Callum has asked, you look like a boy band. What would your signature dance move be?
You ain't ever going to see it, Callum. We were talking earlier.
I reckon I know who that was, actually.
Is that your dad again?
If it is, he's nicked someone's phone.
There's I got a BBC News alert earlier. It said ABBA were cruelly reviled in their heyday, but their first new music in 39 years is cunning pop writing.
Wow!
So we're gonna basically create an ABBA tribute band.
Yeah, rumors that we're making a single are not true.
Not a twin. That's a single.
Yeah, no, we're not going to do any singing.
African Eagle says, if you can have only one single aeroplane of all ever built, what would you choose?
Ooh.
Dave, I know your answer.
My answer would probably be a Spitfire.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
What did Dave say?
Spitfire.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Johnny.
If I'm being practical, I'd say a Cessna Caravan.
Oh, that is very practical, Johnny. Are you planning a big family?
No, I've just got loads of friends.
They just don't. Yeah. It's a tough choice, isn't it?
Ian?
If it was like an unrealistic thing, I'd definitely love to have an SR-71. But clearly, that's not going to happen. I reckon some of the most enjoyable fast touring I've done was in a Baron, actually.
Okay.
And I thought that Baron was a pretty nice little airplane. But horses for courses. Depends how. I've got a theory about airplanes. The airplane you own should be the airplane you can afford to fly without worrying about it too much. So, absolutely, if you want to go flying, and don't have to worry about it too much. If you've got an airplane, you go, I'd like to go flying now, but that's going to cost me best part of £100 or £1,000, whatever it happens to be, and you don't go flying because of that, then you've got the wrong airplane. So, pick an airplane that you can fly pretty much whenever you want to without having to worry about it too much. Obviously, not to excess. Don't be, we're not all not that silly, but
that's it.
But I think Ricardo's got probably. I know Ricardo flies and absolutely loves and worships his 172 and just gets all over Italy in it. So I think for him, that's just a fantastic airplane. It chucks in his partner, chucks in some various inflatable beach toys. Be careful what I said there.
Yeah.
and then just flies all over Italy. Absolutely fantastic. And it's on the front of an Italian magazine at the moment, I believe. So there you go. Thank you very much, Ricardo.
Bernard the Wonder Badger says Johnny's obviously getting old if he's looking forward to caravan holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might change that choice.
A nice airplane, Cessna Caravan, though.
That is a good choice. Yeah. I think if I was going to have anything, I'd probably, we talked about it when we did Fly Alive, it's like the one keeper airplane. I'd probably have a J3. Right. My heart is I have a bimbling heart. So,
yeah. I wonder if do you ever tire a J3? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
No, it's that opening the door, getting cold.
You probably tire of the days when you can open the door. Tire of waiting for those days.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay, well, if there are no more questions, I guess we could move on to Fantasy Hangar.
Well, there's one more question. Okay. Richard Kennedy says, Grant Chapp spoke at the 2018 rally. Most of his chat was about a great job the APBG were doing to protect airfields. Maybe an update would be good. We'll be seeking an update, Richard.
We will be seeking an update. And just so you can remember, oops, not that one.
Uh-oh. I think it adds a lot with the new space icon.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe we should play that to Grant.
Maybe not.
I think he'd appreciate it.
I mean, he's not already seen it. Should be watching.
I think he probably has. Good. Excellent.
You're right. So Ricardo said, you're right, Ian. My Cessna 172 is the best for me.
I think, an airplane's a little bit like a relationship, isn't it? If you're lucky, you can sort of, there are some people who've bought and sold hundreds of airplanes, which is fine as well. But there are others who just find the sweet spot and do what they need to do with it.
Yeah, first time, right time. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, very good. Anyway, it must be time for
Fantasy Hangar.
Yes.
Is that a cue for me to?
It is. Of course.
Hang on a second.
Means, just reach down, try and find something. So we figured that as it's LAA Rally this week, we and a lot of the LAA Rally is going to be all about fantastic home builds and what's on display. We thought, why not pick? It's like, what's the ultimate home built? Pick our ultimate home built. So guys,
Dave is up first.
Dave is up first.
Right.
You're up first. Here you go, Dave.
Okay, so my choice would have to be an aircraft that I could build myself. This is the whole point of it. And so I've chosen the Pitts Model 12. This is it. It's such a big, beautiful aeroplane. And I remember we did a flight test on one on a magazine that I used to work on, and it just looks so fantastic. In fact, it was Alan Cassidy's one, and he flew it in the States and wrote about it for us. And it's just such a lovely aeroplane. It's a high-performance aerobatic biplane designed around the Yak engine, the Vedon in the Eolf M14. The aircraft was designed by Curtis Pitts in the early 90s. And you can buy it either as a kit or as a ready-made aircraft. The kits are supplied by a company called 92nd West Aviation, which are linked to Aircraft Spruce. The total kit price is surprisingly reasonable, I thought, $74,500. That doesn't include the engine kit, prop, seats, or avionics. So basically, add another $40,000 to $45,000. So the total is about £85,000, which I think is pretty good for such a big aeroplane. You can buy a factory-made one for £250,000. So I'll go for the kit version.
Get the factory one; it'd be cheaper.
That's it. Yep. And for any viewers who are interested in what engine type, the word that Dave mangled was Vedenev.
Yeah. Well, I never really saw you in a Model 12, but there you go.
No, I wouldn't have guessed that. And you know, Dave, you do know that the Luscombe guys make a kit, right?
They haven't actually produced a kit yet. They say they're going to produce a kit. They haven't actually done it yet. But no, I just thought, this is such a lovely aircraft. Do you know, one of the most outstanding performance figures of this aircraft is the fact that its rate of climb is apparently almost 3,000 feet per minute, which is really going some.
That is, yeah.
Busting more airspace. More efficiently, more quickly.
Getting those airspace alerts from Sky Demon really fast.
Okay, I think
who's next?
Me.
Ian.
Me. So
what did you go for, Ian?
I was kind of thinking, what kind of aircraft is the best? And I've really picked something that I think sums up the whole idea of home-built aircraft. I've picked the Flitzer. I know. Just wait for this. Wait till you see the picture.
Who's doing the picture?
I'll do the picture. There you go. Look at that. So it's I think it's actually a pretty attractive, beautiful aircraft. B, it is clearly bonkers. C, you look at it and you think, I bet you that is a complete pain in the backside to build. Was that up to B, C, or D? C, you look at it and you think, that's going to be a little bit tricky to fly. And so it's challenging to build, challenging to fly. It looks great. It's got absolutely zero practical application or purpose whatsoever. It is just the pure essence of a home build distilled into something that is, practical home builds are great. All the rest of those are great, but this is just the pure essence of what home building is. Build something that is your complete heart's desire, fancy. I mean, no one's going to build a Flitzer because they just fancy, I don't know, building something. They're going to build it because they absolutely love it and they're really passionate about it and they really want one. And so that's why I've picked it. I think it embodies all that's great and all that's extreme about extreme home building. So there you go.
That's a very cute but fantastic little choice.
Okay, so I think Johnny's up next.
Yeah,
Johnny.
I was going to go along the same lines of really good, traditional, practical home-built aircraft with the Taylor monoplane, but I thought, no, I'm going to go for something a bit more extreme. So I went for the Garrison Melmoth. If you've never heard of it, that is it.
Wow.
Designed by a guy called Peter Garrison back in 1968. He'd had some previous experience working on something called the Practavia Sprite, which looks fairly similar to this. But the aircraft was basically built for long flights, and he flew with his partner Nancy to Guatemala in it from the USA, and it actually has a total fuel capacity of over 500 litres, 580 litres to be precise, which gave it a range of 3,400 nautical miles, so you could really go places in it.
I've got a feeling, didn't he fly it to Japan as well?
I think you did.
I think, yes, my autocue hasn't quite reached that far yet, but I think you might be right.
Get a new autocue, Johnny.
Yeah, so it had a very wide, spacious, comfortable cockpit. As you can see from the picture, it's got a very short wingspan of about 25 feet, I think it was. And yeah, just a pretty powerful, Continental 0360, which when you couple it with 580 litres of fuel, even a fairly large engine like that is going to be going for a long time. So yeah, it's an amazing touring machine that it literally crossed oceans. And unfortunately it was wrecked on the ground when a Cessna taxied into it, which is a shame.
Yeah.
But he did come back with the M2 version, which looked very different. It had a longer, more sort of sleek wing. So yeah, that for me, that's my top home build aircraft.
Fantastic. Yeah, the M2, very, very different looking, really long, high aspect ratio wing, but more Garrison magic. Yeah, that's a really great choice, Johnny. Really like that.
Do you realise if you go to fill that up in some countries in Europe, some of the where the avgas is more expensive, then there are people with low credit card limits than fuel tank.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I guess that just leaves me.
That leaves you.
So I went for the kind of ultimate home building thing, and I picked this incredible machine. It's there might be a lot of noise behind us because there's some people coming into the restaurant right now. Anyway, I picked the replica Hughes H1 built by the late Jim Wright and his team. To start with, there were no drawings for this. They were painstakingly measuring.
I think that's Dave's dog.
Oh, is it
My
Dave's
dog,
dog?
sorry.
Is your dog barking, Dave?
Dog.
Yes. He's
Okay.
not passing.
There were no drawings, so they began by measuring Howard Hughes's original aeroplane that's on display in the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum. At the time, when they inspected the original, they remarked it was so perfect that they felt they'd have to work hard to make a replica to match. The build began in 1998. Jim and his team would build for 4 years and 35,000 man-hours from 3,000 drawings that they'd made to finish it. I was really lucky, and I met Jim and some of the team in 2002 when it was finished. And I don't think I'd seen a more perfect demonstration of home builders' dedication to just perfection. The whole aircraft was like a work of art. It was a wood wing. And honestly, it was skinned in plywood, but looked like it was made from glass. And that metal fuselage, there were joints, but it looked like someone had just scribed a single sheet of metal. It was just so unbelievably good. And when the aeroplane was finished and they went to register it, the FAA granted it serial number 2 after Hughes's original. Aeroplane made its debut at the Reno Air Races in 2002. Jim flew it to Oshkosh in 2003, and a whole bunch of people saw it there. And he just parked it on Aeroshell Square, and there were no ropes around it. People just kind of stood, didn't touch, and were just completely in awe of this thing. It was unbelievable. Sadly, though, on the way home from Oshkosh, he had a technical problem with the aeroplane, and both he and the aeroplane were lost. So, but that was a truly incredible aeroplane. I'm not sure I'll see anything quite like it ever again in terms of just sheer home builders art.
Amazing. I think I might have seen it in Chino.
Chino or Reno?
Chino.
Oh, I'm not sure I ever went there, but
I'm not sure. But anyway, maybe not. But I recalled something like that, if there is anything like that. So how are the people voting?
So
they decided the Flitzer's the one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe. Let me check the comments.
You check the comments. And don't forget, give us your suggestions on the best all-time home build that you can.
Let us know.
Andy Kennedy endorses Johnny's choice, Melmoth Mark II version. Yeah, okay. Julian Treadwell says Falco. Good choice, Julian.
Good choice, yeah.
Aviator Steve says Taylor Titch.
Maybe not.
Richard Kennedy says, I wish I could say an RV14, but it's still in many bits in the garage.
It will be, Richard, one day.
Yeah. Henry Yandell says Cirrus VK30 for me. It doesn't have to be in production anymore. That's a fantastic home build for sure.
Yeah, there was one at Merritt Island in the States. No,
just sat out on the ramp, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, gradually. Well, they didn't really dissolve, do they? But gradually,
yeah,
I don't know.
Slowly doing something in the sun.
Under the Florida sun.
Yeah, Marcus Clark says Spitfire Mark 26B. That's a good choice, Marcus. Interesting. Yeah, Adrian Norris says, Ian, why did you not pick the Panther that you promised to build?
Well, this was like Panther's a great airplane, and now, Adrian, since you've asked, I'm still not going to build one yet, but you never know. And given that we've now got the 600 kilo microlight category, and it fits in the single seater 600 kilo microlight category easily, there is renewed interest in the Panther, and I think there's a very good chance that it could actually come to the UK, either as a factory built if someone wanted to set up that way, or as a kit, which would be awesome. And if you help me build it, I might let you have a go. I need to check your riveting skills first.
So we've got a few calls on the winner here. So we've got Henry Yandell says Ed wins. Yeah. However, Nick Allen says Ian wins.
Thank you.
Aviator Steve says Ed wins.
Okay.
We have put Ed in charge of the comments.
Yeah, I know. Simon Ring says Dave wins. Ed picks only Ed comments.
Yeah.
Oh, Julian Treadwell. I'll go with Johnny.
Julian.
Is that like the sympathy vote?
Callum says Johnny.
Oh,
I think he might be winning here, Johnny.
Callum, okay.
Yeah, I think we may have to call Johnny as the winner. It's a good choice. I'll go with that.
It was a good choice. Yeah. They were all good choices, actually.
Absolutely, yeah. And home building is just any home builder's chance to make their mark on an aeroplane. So, and if you're bold enough to decide to start a home built project, then good on you.
Yeah, well done. Dave, have you got any, moving on, as we need to move on, as it were, to get ready for breakfast. Have you got anything coming up this weekend or in the future, events for people to go to? Obviously, it's the LAA Rally at Sywell.
Yeah, and as I'd mentioned before, there's a British aerobatics competition at Leicester over Saturday and Sunday. It's the Vintage Weekend at Shuttleworth, Old Warden. And over at Northcotes in Lincolnshire, there's what they call the Summer Flying Weekend, and it might actually live up to the title. Looking ahead a week, Cornwall Strut is having a fly-in at Bodmin on the 11th. Longside up in the northeast, or is it Scotland? I've forgotten now. God, dear, you think I didn't do any prep? Anyway,
Apologies to anyone we've offended.
It's 80th anniversary since the former RAF airfield opened. That's on the 11th. You also mentioned earlier about Kitty Hawk Aerodrome down in East Sussex. They're having a fly-in and barbecue on the 11th. And the private flyer event is back at Wickham Air Park on the 17th and 18th of September. Yeah.
Thank you. Well done. Johnny, I think you had a... did you have a QSY?
I do. I'll just tell you about the club quickly first.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about the club.
Yeah.
Is it £7.50 a quarter?
It is. And next week, we've got the man that loves a water crossing, Mr. Dave White, is going to be doing another webinar on the basics of flying abroad. So club members can join in and watch that on Tuesday the 7th, which is next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Fly Club members obviously get that for free, just for them. So if you want that kind of thing, you've got to join the club. And if you do, you can go to the fly.co.uk website or come and see us this weekend, and we might have some goodies to give you if you do join.
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely. We might have some loser stickers if you come and don't join.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
QSY then. Hit us with the QSY.
Yeah, so this is just something I've quickly found earlier. There is an image at the bottom there. This cropped up on Instagram, actually. It's an airfield that's for sale. If you just go up slightly, up to the pictures section.
The section you missed.
There we go. Up a bit.
Up.
That's
There we go.
One.
Oh no. Fail.
There we go. Look at this.
Wow.
Breeden Airfield.
Where's that?
Near Welshpool. Breeden.
Wow.
Braden.
Oh my God, that looks amazing.
Yeah. For sale through Stratton Park. It's 22 acres. You've obviously got the strip, the hangar, 2 barns, and a detached double-bedroom Estonian chalet.
Estonian chalet.
That was not the type of architecture I was expecting you to say.
It was built apparently, constructed in Estonia, and then put together here.
Really?
And it can be yours for, I think it's £330,000.
What? Ooh. That's absurd.
How long's the runway?
20 meters.
I'm gonna. Yeah, it looks decent. It's a pretty not the widest runway, but
I'm not worried about the width.
I don't know. I'm guessing if I had to guess, and
I
this
think
might be
probably 350.
Yeah, I was going to say 400. I was going to be generous.
Breeden, did you say it's called?
Yeah.
It's on Skydio.
BREIDDEN.
Let's have a quick look live, shall we?
If in the comments you can help us out with this.
I can even check the actual sales brochure.
BRE.
Yeah, we need to help. Henry Yandel says, I'm interested. Private airstrip for Livestream viewers. Is this something we could crowdfund?
Definitely.
I'm quite liking this idea.
Oh.
Mark Turner says, it's already sold. I tried.
Oh.
Mark, good on you.
Oh, it's still online for sale.
So, Mark, if you tried and it was already sold, do you know how long the runway was? Just to...
Apparently, David Johnson says 500 meters. Nice.
Oh, okay, that'll do.
Good.
Wow.
Of course, that's the kind of thing they don't put in a sales brochure.
That's it. Well, Nick Allen says it's sold and floods apparently. Float plane.
Well, Welshpool has a bit of flooding, doesn't it?
Yeah.
From time to time. So yeah, okay.
More than a bit.
Wonder if Estonian architecture is particularly flood resistant.
That is a good find. If
If
only it wasn't sold.
Yeah.
Well done, Johnny. Well done, Johnny. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Apologies to anyone who didn't get the message that we were starting at 7 this week. We did try and get it out to as wide an audience as possible.
If you turned up at the Caravan tonight, that where we had to leave. We're sorry if you turned up and there was no one there and the lights were off.
Yeah, I hope it's still locked up.
Yes.
And you didn't help yourself to the biscuits inside.
That's it.
So, tomorrow we'll be live streaming at 3 if you're at the LA, 3 or 3:30 if you're at the LAA Rally. We'll be uploading it to YouTube after that. So take a look and see what we were up to, who we met, who we chatted to, what we found out. We would like to thank Sky Demon again for supporting this. And don't forget, you can visit Sky Demon as well. So come to the LAA Rally and visit all sorts of people, including Flyer and Sky Demon.
Yep. And obviously tomorrow our sponsors Garmin for
absolutely Garmin and Bose are powering all of our coverage over the LAA Rally. So thank you very much to Garmin, thank you very much to Bose. And genuinely, without their help, you wouldn't believe the amount of kit and rubbish and hassle and stuff it takes to get this stuff done. And we couldn't really do it without them. So thank you very much to all of our sponsors and supporters. And in fact, if you're interested in sponsoring the Flyer live stream in any way or anything of our output, be in touch. It's more than £7.50 a quarter, however.
Yes, and you can't send Ian a mankini to wear with a logo on it.
No, that would not happen. Whatever. I don't care how much money.
I don't. You see, you say that, but everything has a value.
Everyone's got his price.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
What would yours be then, Ed?
That's just too much. I'm looking. There's new comments. I'm hoping no one's offering to sponsor that.
Dave sent a message saying he'd do it for nothing.
Keir Williams says, what does he say? He says, oh no, that's not Keir's. I missed it. There we go. Keir said, I just missed it. See you all tomorrow. Keir, you can watch on catch up.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow, Keir. Come and say hello. Good.
We you tomorrow. Yes. We you tomorrow too, Marcus Clark.
We'll see you. See you tomorrow, Marcus. Okay, on that basis, I think that's about it for tonight. Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you either live in person at the LAA Rally tomorrow or in catch-up afterwards on YouTube. Thank you again to our hosts, Church Farm Lodge, for letting us use their dining room. Thank you very much.
Yes. See you all tomorrow. Remember, it's your live stream, so come and join in.
Absolutely. Have fun.
See you there.
See ya.
Bye.
See you later.